On what is a major news day in the history of the United States, the whistles are blowing in Washington as Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi today announced that the House of Representatives will launch a formal impeachment inquiry into the actions of the President of the United States. For months now, Pelosi has been... Oh, it's not going to get rid of him, no. It's just a... She's been very reluctant to do this, but once again, Donald Trump is doing what he does best, forcing a woman to do something she didn't want to do. At least 173 members of the House now back some type of impeachment. I didn't know there were types of impeachment. Like, is there diet impeachment and impeachment code red, maybe? But Trump would be the third president to face impeachment proceedings, and he's already promising that if he does, it will be the biggest and most beautiful impeachment in history. That I can tell you. The reason this is happening now is because, if you don't know, a whistleblower, a U.S. intelligence agent, filed a complaint against the president stemming from a phone call made in July in which Trump reportedly asked the president of Ukraine to dig up dirt on Joe Biden's son, who had business dealings in Ukraine. And on top of that, we learned that only days before the call, Trump ordered his chief of staff to place a hold on military aid to Ukraine, and they needed the aid to protect themselves from his buddy in Russia. And still, despite all this, the president said he did nothing wrong. He said the call was perfect. It was a perfect call. Even the Ukraine he turns into me-crane. He's now claiming he was withholding the money to stop corruption. Even he had to clear his throat a little before that would get out of his mouth. But I guess he feels like nothing can stop him now. He got away with Russia in the election. It makes perfect sense. He would ask Ukraine to help him with the next one. He's like, you remember when the Raptors in Jurassic Park tested the fence for weaknesses? If he gets away with this, he could ask North Korea to bomb Bette Midler next. That could be... The president has promised to release the fully declassified and unredacted transcript of his call with the Ukrainian president tomorrow, but we got to look at it tonight. ABC News obtained a copy of the transcript, and I believe we have it now. Let's read it together. Trump said, okay, let me be very clear. I am going to give you a military parade if you look into Dennis's bus in the rain. Thank you, you are handsome. Well, who is... Dennis? Could that be Dennis Rodman, maybe? I don't know. The Senate voted unanimously today to turn the whistleblower complaint over to the Senate and the House Intelligence Committees. That means every Democrat and Republican in the Senate believes the complaint should be released. And the whistleblower has reportedly volunteered to speak to the Intelligence Committee in the House and could testify as soon as this week, which has got to infuriate Trump because, you know, the only whistle he wants blown is the one he uses to summon Mike Pence when he needs him. And all this drama... All of this is because he's dumb, because he gets on the phone and he can't resist saying stupid stuff. You know, in 2014, Donald Trump tweeted, "Are you allowed to impeach a president for gross incompetence?" Well, I guess we're about to find out. And so as this was going down, the president was in New York at Trump Tower. He spoke before the UN General Assembly today. And take a look at this, because all this talk of impeachment, it may be going to his head.
Looking around and all over this large, magnificent planet, the truth is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country.
Wait a minute. That's a nectarine. That's not a peach. I'm so sorry, folks. Guillermo, sorry. I need you to talk to some people.
I will.
Trump had some supporters in the crowd at the UN while he was giving the speech. Family members we rarely see showed up to listen.
Socialism and communism are not about justice. They are not about equality. And they are certainly not about the good of the nation.
It's the Mandrell sisters came to... I know. If you're under 50, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but Google it and just go crazy laughing. Trump delivered this speech with all the passion of a teenager telling his parents how his day at school was today. He was low energy. He was slurring his words. It was like somebody swapped his Adderall for Ambien this morning. And the crowd seemed sleepy, too.
in response to Iran's recent attack on Saudi Arabian oil facilities. We just imposed the highest level of sanctions on Iran's central bank and sovereign wealth fund. All nations have a duty to act. No responsible government should subsidize Iran's bloodlust. As long as Iran's menacing behavior continues, sanctions will not be lifted. They will be tightened.
And meanwhile, with all this going on, where is the president's former press secretary, Sean Spicer? Just walking slowly while someone dances around him. Well, today, in case you didn't know, is National Voter Registration Day. So, you know, some people say they don't like to vote because it's boring and it takes a long time. They're usually the same people who wait 3 hours to get a Popeye's chicken sandwich. But it isn't boring. It's easy, and in most civilized states, you can do it online. And in 2016, only 55% of Americans who are eligible to vote voted. And look what happened. So I have an idea that could get the number up. I think we need to stop calling it voting. Because when you say voting, people imagine like, waiting in line for hours at an elementary school. Nobody wants to do that. So why not rename it after something that everybody loves to do? And no, I'm not talking about masturbating. I'm talking... From now on, we're going to call it complaining. Because that's basically what voting is, right? It's... You don't like what's happening, you put it in the suggestion box. Imagine how excited everybody would be. Did you register to complain? Oh, sorry, I was late for work. The line for complaining was around the block. And then everyone could go and get one of these, and democracy fixed, you're welcome. By the way, there is an unusual race going on here in Southern California right now. In Riverside County, which is not far from us here in Los Angeles, there are two candidates with the same name. For real. One is a four-time congressman, a Democrat named Raul Ruiz, and he is facing off against a Republican named Raul Ruiz. So when people look at the ballot, there'll potentially be two Raul Ruizes, which is confusing already, and this new campaign ad isn't helping matters.
Raul Ruiz is a proven leader. Raul Ruiz is an ineffective yes man who wants to raise your taxes. Raul Ruiz promises to lower taxes and support small business. When it comes to issues that matter most, the choice is clear. Wait, which one was the good one? Was it the Steve Harvey-looking dude or the guy who looks like he's 12? One of these men is a family man devoted to public service. The other is a greedy pig. Which one is which? Your guess is as good as mine. But one thing is certain. Someone needs to change his damned name. Next November, vote for one of these Ruizes.
I'm Raul Ruiz, and I approve this message.
Only one Raul shall Raul them all. And congratulations on making it to the end of a YouTube video. Why not celebrate by clicking the subscribe button? You earned it.